A lot of people think all I do is make soap or skincare products every day, but there is a lot more to having a small soap making skincare business than just making product. So I'm Susan. This is my 25th year in business, and I'm inviting you along today to see all the other things that go into a small business of making soap and skincare other than just making product. So come on with me and we'll go through the day a little bit. My alarm typically goes off at 6 a.m. in the morning. I get out of bed at 6, sometimes 6:30, and take my shower, use my shampoo, use my face serum, get dressed. I come downstairs. I try to have a healthy breakfast, which this morning was oatmeal and coffee. I almost always have a cup of coffee every morning, sometimes two, and then it's time to get onto my computer. So I have to log in. I need to download orders from customers. I need to respond to emails from customers. This right here is a shot of a suggestion for my Instagram grid from one of my team members, and so there is a lot involved. I also have two different to-do lists that I use. I use Trello boards. Are y'all familiar with Trello? I know there's a lot of different planning tools out there, but the one that I'm most comfortable with is Trello. And so I have one for just overall to-dos, like Mondays is always filling orders. A lot of times we'll be making product, but not necessarily even every Monday. Also, maybe prepping for my newsletter. I send out a newsletter at least twice, sometimes 3 times a week. Checking in with my team as far as any kind of social media things that need to be done. And basically getting the orders have to be downloaded, and then invoices have to be created. And then all of that goes out to the soap shop. And Kathy, my assistant, is always here on Mondays. And so we start the day off. She usually gets here about 8:30. We have a powwow session as far as what's going on for the day. And I'll get the orders to her. And then she will go out and start pulling the orders for me so we can get a start on the day while I continue working on information, things that I need to do on the laptop. So there is a lot of marketing, accounting, invoicing, ordering inventory, raw materials. So there is a lot more involved than simply walking out to the soap shop and making product every day. So I'm inviting you to come along with me today and see what really goes on behind the scenes of a small business maker like myself that makes products. And also throughout, as I'm going to try to share some tips that I use throughout the day to try to help keep myself energized, keep my both mental, physical energy going, and then stay till the end because I'm going to share one of my favorite tips so that I'm ready to rock and roll the next day. So whether you're a small business owner or just somebody that maybe you're retired even, and watching my husband go through his days, keeping your energy going and keeping moving and active both mentally and physically is so important. So stay to the end and I'll have some suggestions on how to keep you going throughout your day, wherever it is. So let's head out to the soap shop next. So thanks for being here and come on along. We are over in the soap shop now, and these are our drying racks where soap making is a journey, frankly. And so if you've watched any of my other videos on making soap, it's the oils have to be melted, the soap has to be mixed, it has to sit at least like overnight or whatever, and then it's cut. And then once the bars are cut, they have to cure for anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. So periodically you can tell that we try to date the soaps, label and date, so we kind of know when to check on them. These were just poured. This is our lavender sage, and it was just poured back on July 1st, and today is the 14th, I think. So that's 2 weeks. So it's got at least another 2 weeks before it's really going to be firm enough to put in boxes. The thing is, the longer the soap sits, the harder it gets, so it's going to last longer for you, the milder that it gets as well. So on July 1st, we poured the lavender sage. We also poured the Good Morning Mint. And this is one of the little tips that I was going to share is, I know I work around products with essential oils, and so I can, this Good Morning Mint, it's really great for focus, for energizing, and so that's one of the tips that I was going to share with you, is to surround yourself, not constantly, but either with, maybe you might have a bottle or two of a favorite essential oil that you can dab on wrist points or temples or back of your neck, or even just take a sniff every so often during the day. Or maybe you have some of our products, soaps or body oils, or one of our quintessential body oils, something that you can inhale and reap the benefits of aromatherapy throughout the day, because essential oils are great for improving focus, energy, grounding, all kinds of benefits like that. And then we also, up here, we have our carrot seed bars that with the goat's milk in them, they take an extra long time to cure. So these have been sitting here for probably a couple of months, but they're still even a little tacky because they are so gentle on your face and your skin, but that takes a lot longer to cure. And one of the reasons why we want to make sure that we take all the time that we need for the soaps to cure is for you, our customers, so that you get the best product available. One of our top concerns is providing the very best products that we can to our customers to make sure that you're happy, you're satisfied, and basically the products do what we say that they're going to do. So this is our drying racks, and right now we are pretty much caught up on our soap. Sometimes we've got almost every slot here filled, but in the next week or so we are going to be gearing up, getting ready for the state fair, where we'll go through and double check our inventories. And obviously the state fair starts the last weekend of September. So right now we're about 2.5 months out from the state fair. So if there's any shortages, we've got to get busy. So this is our drying area, and I'm going to walk you over to another section, maintenance, which, how about that? So here we go. This is our soap cutter of the blocks, and you can see this wire right here. So it broke the last time I cut soap, so I'm going to have to take pliers and wire cutters and everything and re-string that wire. So that's just one instance of one of the tiny bits of maintenance that is involved. This is our cutter that we use to cut the logs into bars, and Kathy has started cleaning that up for us every few weeks or so after it's used. So it's an ongoing process. Any kind of production, you're going to have some kind of equipment maintenance that you've got to do, and this is some of what we've got here with the soap shop. So next we're going to talk about, show you how one of the really important parts as far as pulling products to fill the orders and how we move through that. So okay, we are out in the area of the soap shop with Kathy. This is Kathy, my right-hand gal, and she is going to just go through what she normally does as far as pulling orders. We've got some orders there lined up on the table, which is how she normally works. So she checks the orders, and then this right here is where we have all of our soaps. And then where she's gone is to go grab one of the face serums, looks like. So we try to have our, what we can, packaged as sustainably as possible. We do package our face serums in glass. And then we do the soaps in craft boxes. And we have the various soaps packaged by scent so that it makes it easier for her to pull or for me to pull. She's typically only here on Mondays, so the rest of the time orders are going out. It's yours truly actually pulling the soaps and packaging them. So, and then Kathy, she has to go through and make sure that she also pulls whatever samples are requested. Every order that we have somebody actually places, they can request up to 3 soap samples or body oil samples or whatever to be included in their order. So Kathy's going through and pulling all of that. And meanwhile, I am going to go back on my computer and I've got to get the invoicing ready. And I'm also probably going to start work on my newsletter that is going to go out the middle of the week. So it's wearing a number of different hats through the day, and we'll be back with you on more of the packing here in a little while. Thanks for watching so far. Stick with us though. We've got more to share on really what goes into running a small business behind the scenes. This is the area we were in before where Kathy was pulling all the product and lining it up for me. This is some of the orders that we have today to go out. And what she does is she pulls all the product and lines it up with the orders. And in this case, I went ahead and just got the invoices done. So I'll be matching the invoices with the orders. And then to make sure that we get everything to you the way you ordered it, then I go back through and actually double check the orders and actually pack the boxes. So we found that that works better because if the same person pulls the orders and then double checks, you tend to just kind of see what you think you want to see. You just kind of zip through it. So it works a lot better if we have 2 separate people pulling the orders and packing. Obviously, when Kathy's not here, you're stuck with just me, but I try to double check, triple check, because we want you to get what you've ordered the first time around. So here we go. So this person has ordered our 2-ounce face serum. So I'm just going to go through and pack these orders. But I do put a little personal thanks for your order on there, sometimes even a longer note, because this is coming directly from us. We are a small handmade business and we want everybody to get the sense of what we are and that we're actually personally committed to producing the best products possible and getting their orders out to them correctly and as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go through one complete order here. So once I get the product in, the invoice in, I finish packing it. And this is the only size box that's like this. So I can go ahead and seal it up because I know it's not going to be confused with any other orders. And then I have to weigh it. It's an order that somebody's going to pick up. If you live in the area, you're welcome to, you can't just drop by. We don't have an actual storefront. But if you are close by and you want to place an order, we have zip codes right around this area that we allow where it should give you the option to pick up your order and then you wouldn't have to pay shipping. Another way to save on shipping is if you order $75 or more, at least right now, you get free shipping. Or one of the best deals we have is some of these orders going out today are subscription orders where people have signed up for a subscription. The Soapbox subscription is one of the best deals because you get a discount and you get automatic free shipping. You can order as few as 4 bars are up more than that, and you can determine how often you want your order to be shipped to you, or you can just sign up for a subscription basis of any of our products and it will give you a discount. But the only one that does free shipping on the small quantity is the soap subscription box. So, and unfortunately, I just got an email from people we use for shipping that the U.S. Postal Service is going up again on their rates. Not that I guess that I blame them, because they do an incredible job out there in all kinds of weather, hand delivering things. But we're going to have to make a decision. This is, when you're a small business, everything impacts. It's very hard to absorb extra costs on raw materials or shipping costs or anything, because you're such a small business. You don't have a large network to absorb cost on. So we'll have to see what happens. But anyways, the next step is to weigh the box, which in this case it's 10 ounces, 10.2 ounces. So I make a note on here. It's a small cube, and I always pad the weight just a little bit to make sure that I don't ever go under. And so then I will go, once I get everything packed, then I'll go back inside and generate the shipping labels. So we'll see you back inside. Okay, we are back at the laptop, because this is where we've got our orders done, where I packed them, I checked them, I weighed them. So now we have to come, or I have to come. That's part of the thing, is small. One of the pluses of ordering from a small business like us, where we put all kinds of love and thought and care into the products that we make, and I really try to prioritize customer service. That's the plus. The downside is a lot of things have to go through me, as far as invoicing and creating shipping labels and basically getting the orders out the door. So when I'm out of town, nothing ships. So I guess that's one of the downsides of doing business with really small companies like ours. But so I'm back here at the computer, which I use a pirate ship. There's several other shipping options that'll help you save money on your shipping cost. So that is what we use to try to keep the costs down to our customers, to you. Unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier, I had gotten a notice actually from Pirate Ship that the U.S. Postal Service is going up on their rates. So I'm not sure what we're going to do to compensate for that. I'll have to see what everything shakes out. But as I mentioned, small businesses are particularly vulnerable to any kind of price increases in their supply chain or shipping costs. So I'll go in here, I log in here, and actually I will print, we'll try one here so you can see kind of how the thing goes. It actually prints out over here on my little label writer, which has been a lifesaver. And then it prints out the label, and it's a sticky label, so we can stick that right on the package front. So I'm going to finish printing the labels for the rest of the orders that we've got going out. Another thing that I've got to do in here on the computer is print more labels for Kathy, because she makes samples for us, and so she was telling me she's out of labels or needing more labels. And then we also do stickers, branded stickers that go on some of our samples and everything. So that's another to-do task that is going to be done here on the computer. Then once we get all of our products labeled, then we'll let you tag along when we take a trip to the post office here in a little bit to actually get everything shipped. So we'll be back. Hang with us. All right, here is Kathy and I sitting down for lunch. Kathy's got her yogurt and whatever else she's brought, and I'm eating some leftover grilled food that my son made, plus adding a couple of hard-boiled eggs and a bowl of lettuce. But one thing I just here's another suggestion, particularly if you're a solopreneur and you tend to get really isolated. So I really value my time with Kathy. I mean, not only do I get to bounce ideas off of her, get her opinion on stuff, as well as, of course, have her help in terms of packaging, pulling products, labeling, all that kind of stuff. But just sharing some common time together. She's really become a very, very close friend. And I would highly recommend bringing someone into your life if you're a small business owner like this. In my case, it's into my home, so we don't ever actually advertise for help. I've always just found friends or friends of friends to come work with me. So you need some friends or family or whatever around, and don't let go of those connections. So that's my second tip for continuing on your journey through, whether for work or just through life, to have a better, happier life. So keep those connections. So I'm going to sit down and eat, and then I've got to print the labels for the boxes that I just packed. So talk soon. Bye. We are back in the soap shop, and these are my... I'm back in the soap shop again because I've got the labels printed out. So we're going to stick, or I'm going to stick the labels onto the orders, and then we will make a run to the soap shop. And I got all the little sample labels printed for Kathy when I was out there as well. So okay, we're going to get the car loaded up and let you ride along with us when we make a run to the post office here. We are on our way to the post office, and I'm lucky that the post office is really literally probably 5 minutes at the most from our house, so that makes it nice. We do occasionally get orders that have to be shipped via UPS, and that's all the way in Kaufman, which is part of the reason why there's a difference in the rate. So we're at the end of our street, pulling out onto, we're out in the country, so pulling out onto our local little highway. It's a little 2-lane highway, and then we're going to drive down to go to the post office. So sometimes it's like nothing is really super close when you live here in the country. I mean, getting to the grocery store is at least 15-minute drive to get there. But I love living out in the country. I feel really blessed to be able to live where I'm not surrounded by houses everywhere and super close stuff. I can essentially walk out my back door, and even just going down my street, it's pretty much a walk out in the country. So there's that. We should be here in about a few minutes pulling up to the post office. So we'll start again when we pull up to our post office and let you come inside with us, and then we'll have all these orders out the door for the day. Okay, this is our post office. We're just pulling in, and then we'll get out and show you. It's really nice because it's usually not very crowded. Every once in a while, right around Christmas time, it may get a little busy, but that's about it. So we'll show you inside, and then our boxes will go off to where they need to go. Here we are inside our local post office.
Are you?
Here we are at our local post office.
With my #1 customer.
So, like I said, it's really great. Usually, except around Christmas time, we don't usually have any major lines. They give us great personal service. So, it's really nice being out here with a small local post office. So, all these orders are going off to where they need to get to, and hopefully we'll have a bunch of happy, satisfied customers. So, catch it on the inside back at the computer. Okay, we are back in the soap shop, or the side where the orders get packed. I thought I'd just show you, we've got all our orders out for the day, and Kathy is now working on soap samples, which basically the scraps, when we cut up our bars of soap, we cut them into smaller pieces and then stick them in a bag and put a sticker on them so you know what scent it is. And when our customers or you place an order with us on our website, you can have choose up to 3 different free samples to be sent to you. So that way you can try out some of our scents without necessarily having to invest in a full bar, or we even offer scents, the body oil, beard oil, a lot of our products. Not all, but a lot of them are available to sample for free on our website with any order that you place. So, and just in case you weren't aware, we do have a link down in the description to our website where you can shop our site, because this is just one more instance of how we try to help our customers, I guess, to give you a peek or an actual free trial of more than just what you're purchasing. It's important to us that you're happy with your purchase and enjoy it, and this is one way to help you be able to do that. So now I'm going to go back into my computer and work on some stuff. Our work day is normally, mine starts, Kathy gets here about 8:30, but mine actually usually starts somewhere between 7:30 to 8, and then we usually work till at least 4. If I'm pouring soap, my son helps me with that, and so I'm usually pouring till 9:30 or 10 at night. But so things vary, but this has been a pretty typical Monday as far as some of the orders going out, and giving you a little behind the scenes view of how it's way more than simply me in a soap pot. So we'll head back inside and wrap things up for you. So hi, we're back in front of my laptop, because that is where I usually finish the day. Here I pulled up my screen I use Flowdesk for all the newsletters that I send out. So I need to get going for the one that I'm going to send out on Tuesday. Also, I have my Trello boards pulled up. This is my YouTube Trello board, so I definitely need to get organizing more and figuring out what my next few videos are going to be. But I also just kind of enjoy double check to make sure there's no new emails from customers that I need to respond to, or orders coming in that I need to make sure and plan out for tomorrow to get processed and delivered. And my schedule, like I said, Mondays is pretty set because I've got Kathy coming. The rest of the days can vary quite a bit. Tomorrow we've got a dentist appointment for my husband at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is over in another town, so we'll be heading out like 6:45. So you just never know. I mean, life is there and you've got to fit it in where you can. But I love making my products. I really enjoy the feedback that I get from my customers. I have heard from so many wonderful people, so many wonderful comments about how our products have helped their skin, their hair, how it just makes them feel better all over. I had one customer that told me that my lavender sage body oil is all that was getting her through menopause. So things like that just mean the world to me. We've got a link in the description below if you would like to shop our products and become a Susan Soaps and More customer, or if you just want to hang out with me and continue watching my videos. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, make a comment below. That would be great. And at the beginning of the video, I told you that I was going to share something that was going to help you focus and get a little bit more energy to move into your to-do list tomorrow and greet tomorrow's day with better attitude, more open mind, more energy. And I actually have 2 things that I'm going to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and talk. The first thing is what I usually try to end my day with, or towards the end of my day, is getting outside for a little bit. Again, we live out in the country, so even if it's a walk out to the street to get the mail, hopefully I have time to get a walk at least down to all the way to the end of my street and back, which is about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. Anything you can do to get out in Mother Nature, get a little bit of sun on your skin, some fresh air in your lungs, and just connect with nature just a little bit more, whether it's walking around your block, or if you have a park close enough to walk, or just sit on your porch for 5 minutes. So anything that you can do to help with that. And then my second tip is my firm belief how much laughter really can help keep you young at heart as well as mind and body. Laughter, it's been said many times, is the best medicine, and a lot of respects I truly feel that that is important. I love to share laughter. Kathy and I laugh about all kinds of things every week. She is certainly a joy to have, and that's part of what I enjoy about getting together with friends, or even the coaches that I enjoy working with, is we share a laugh. And one of the ways that I find laughter is tea towels, or sometimes magnets. Some of the witty, clever things that are on there make me laugh. So I thought I would start sharing some of my favorite tea towel sayings with you. I've got one right here, and I felt like this one was particularly apropos since YouTube is really all about sharing a story. And it says right here, wine, because no great story ever started with a salad. And I just thought that was so cute and so funny and so appropriate. So I hope you enjoy it too, and leave maybe some of your favorite quotes or comments or tea towel sayings that you've got in the comments below. I would love to see them and share the laughter with you. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care and have a great day.